Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, President Soka Gakkai International, says his faith is placed in our world's young people, each of whom embodies hope and the possibility of a better future. This optimism for humanity is the basis of his 35th peace proposal to the United Nations. Dr. Ikeda shares his conviction that young people and their energetic engagement represent the solution to the global challenge we face. They hold the key to achieving the goals set by the United Nations towards 2030. The founding presidents of the Soka Gakkai stood for the vision of a secure world, free of discrimination and exploitation, which resonates strongly with the United Nations appeal to the international community to create a world in which no one will be left behind. With special focus on youth, Dr. Ikeda offers thoughts on building the kind of inclusive, just and peaceful societies envisaged in the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. Creating solidarity towards respectful coexistence, young people are identified as critical agents of change, central to creating solidarity towards respectful coexistence. Human rights education can be the driving force towards a pluralist and inclusive society if the 1.8 billion people between the age of 10 and 24 can come to uphold and protect the core values of human rights rather than resorting to conflict and violence. Education for global citizenship can encourage people to consider global issues in terms of their own lives, especially enabling young people to bring forth their full potential, increasing the momentum for global change.
In school, I was always in the bottom 5 of my class academically. I was also full of anger all the time. Today, I have completely been able to transform my life. I have 2 masters in peace and education, both my weakest areas of life, and I have become a peace educator today.
Everything in the universe embodies the law of cause and effect. However, this is not a doctrine of passive acceptance or resignation.
The Buddhist view of the law of cause and effect is that when one person makes a determination and takes action to transform his or her life, then he creates a ripple effect in his environment.
The Mahayana Buddhist term Bodhisattva means to be motivated by the spirit of empathy to respond to grave social crisis wherever you are and whether or not you are directly impacted.
So the Buddhist view about the harsh realities of society is not to run away from them, but to really challenge them head on and always to tell oneself that that is the time when they can really make the maximum impact.
The spirit of the Bodhisattva has sustained the SGI's efforts as a faith-based organization that supports the UN and works for the resolution of global challenges.
Though everyone has a spirit of Bodhisattva, but it is the youth who can really catalyze it.
So if poverty rules, peace cannot exist. So that's the point when I started working and applying and get into a NGO which is working for tribals' right in Odisha.
I was involved in a project where I could develop a toilet system for rural India which treats the fecal matter at the source itself. So my determination is that by 2030 everybody has an access to equitable sanitation.
To enable wide engagement and use technology to connect people across the world, the Mapting app was launched by the UN, SGI and the Earth Charter International. It aims to engage youth and inspire users to take action and share solutions. The second challenge Dr. Ikeda addresses is to create societies in which division and inequality are overcome. This can be achieved by working towards a just society. To categorize and discriminate against individuals is wrong. It is a source of division that undermines society as a whole. With the rapid advance of globalization, there has been a 40% increase in the number of migrants since the start of the 21st century. The increasing tendency to prioritize market-based economic rationality above all else leaves little consideration for the well-being of the people.
The middle way is first of all to see that how one's actions are really impacting the life of others. So President Ikeda in his peace proposal is actually emphasizing that whatever we do in terms of niti, at the center of it should be nyaya. At the center of it should be the happiness of the people.
Xenophobia and hate speech divide the world into the binary of us and them. With stagnation of the global economy, xenophobic impulses have strengthened.
We found that a lot of people were in alcoholism, there were rape happening, and women were treated very badly. So what we did was we designed a project. 200 boys got with us, and out of that 20 were the one who said we will dedicate ourselves for this project. And we worked along with them for 6 months, and there was so much change in the whole system of Khadar that there was violence reduced to almost nil in a particular area.
Dr. Ikeda reiterates the inextricable link between peace and gender equality, and that the participation of women enhances the likelihood of the success and durability of peace processes. He shares the Buddhist principle that all people possess an incomparable inner worth. Friendship among youth will powerfully turn back the sullied currents of divisiveness, disrupt the chain reactions of hatred and violence, and give birth to a vibrant culture of peace based on profound respect for diversity. Dr. Ikeda asserts the urgent need for a peaceful society to confront the third challenge of enhancing capacities of communities to meet and respond positively to trying circumstances. Among these, Dr. Ikeda raises concern over the growing threat of nuclear weapons. He urges leaders to engage in earnest discussions and work towards an easing of tensions. Dr. Ikeda quotes philosopher Hannah Arendt, "This is only possible when there is trust in people." The Lotus Sutra states, not to avert our eyes from the realities that surround us, but to confront them head-on. By clearly understanding the nature of our circumstances, we can transform ourselves just as we are. Dr. Ikeda therefore calls for the peace that is realized when people come together across all differences in a shared commitment to the dignity of life.
And this kind of awakening amongst the youth will help the youth to really build a solidarity which will usher in this new era of hope, encouragement and empowerment in the society.
The SGI, with youth at the center of our movement, will further strive to expand the solidarity of people united in the cause of building a culture of human rights. Sounding the bell of hope for humanity, we will continue to work towards creating a society where no one is left behind.